Hello and welcome to the Cryptonaut podcast. My name is Mark Storrs and I am joined by Mr. Christopher Carnicelli.
Hey.
And of course, Mr. Robert Thomas Morphy II.
How's it going?
Thank you all so very much for joining us. We may sound a little bit nasally, a little bit like we have NyQuil breath, but that's okay because we're here and we're doing it.
Because we do.
In a weird shift of the Cryptonaut podcast, it's Robert and I actually that are on death's door and not Christopher. I don't know how
it's fucked. I don't know what to do about that. It's fucked up.
Seriously, Chris right now is the epitome of health for the podcast, as Robert and I are just husks of humans.
So Mark calls me at the ungodly early hour of 11 a.m. and I fucking start talking to him. I'm like, hey, dude, hey, realizing I've got my face in a fucking remote control and I'm not talking to Mark at all, even though in my other hand is my cell phone where I saw his name. So I call him fucking back a second later and like, dude, I'm in a NyQuil fucking stupor. To get through this day, I shit you not, I have taken Dayquil, generic Dayquil, Claritin, fucking what are those little red pills like pseudoephedrine, and I am still a fucking shit show of postnasal drip. But this just shows our dedication to this motherfucking pod. We are here. We are doing it remotely, granted.
We're making it happen. And you know what else we're making happen out there, boys? Patreon. Patreon's the thing that we make happen every month. Patreon.com/Cryptonaut podcast. Robert, we have some shout outs to do for the good folks to support us over there monthly.
Heck yeah. Beginning with Deus Van.
Oh, thank you.
That sounds so Latin.
Nice.
Robert Watson Esquire. Oh, attorney at law.
Dang.
Nice.
Franco, no.
Franco, no.
No. Franco, no.
I like it. No.
Anne Marie Santolicito.
Oh, what a beautiful name. Thank you so much, Anne Marie.
Santolicito.
Yep. I see you can still sing.
Yeah, no, yeah, I still got it. I still got the opera like fucking bones in my throat there.
Nice.
All right. I don't know what lines on E's mean, except I see them in Turkish and Greek names, but I'm going to go with it. Sete. C-E-T-E with lines.
Perfect.
Sete.
Sete, thank you.
Omen Obscurum.
Oh,
I feel like I just invoked something. David Austin.
Thank you, David.
Regino Pizarro.
Thank you, Regino.
No relation to the destroyer of cultures, I hope. Matthew Byram.
Thank you, Matthew.
Michael Chagg.
Michael, what up?
Cassie Langilly.
Oh, thank you, Cassie.
I hope. Derek Anderson. I think I nailed that one.
You definitely got that
Yeah.
one. Definitely.
And rounding it out, we've got Dendril.
Dendril, what up?
Dendril.
I was actually just speaking with them on Instagram.
I
What
feel
up,
like
Dendril?
that's like that was a vocab word on a botany test I had back in fucking high school. What is the dendril and how does it relate to the stamen?
Oh, are those things for real? Because I don't know.
Piston, stamen. Have you never seen Grease 2? Then you would know about certain botany phrases and their sexual purposes.
Okay, perfect. Excellent. All right, man. Bringing it out this week. Oh, we're doing something a little bit different here. I mean, I say that every week, but
you literally do. Yeah,
I literally do. Yeah, but it's okay. But you know why though? Because every week, technically, it is something different. So I'm not wrong.
No, I mean, even if it has similar themes or whatever.
Yeah, no, but I think this one might be for your boy Mark. I don't know. I think Rob may have pulled out a little treat for me here because this week we're talking about the rulers of the dark underworld.
How metal can you get?
Oh, dude. Shit.
Is this like the unreleased Celtic Frost record?
Yeah.
You'd wish.
I think it might be. I don't know. All right. Well, my excitement aside,
I will preface this by saying, due to our total state of illness, this is a sample. This is where our hip hop stylings go into sample mode,
okay.
And we're going to try to do our best on something that was written by somebody else altogether. But it was I'll let Mark explain.
All right, well, I'm going to put my excitement aside and get started with sometime before 2011, the president and founder of alien research group Sandy Nichols sent his friend, renowned paranormal author and researcher Brad Steger a remarkable email detailing visions he had regarding the secretive, organic underground base and the clandestine reptilian forces that were amassing against humanity. But he also revealed a conflict within the reptilians one that involved an esoteric experiment designed to hybridize their cold-blooded species with our own, resulting in something none of us could have anticipated. Oh, we're going reptilians,
Shit.
boys.
All right.
Here we go. Chris,
You're welcome.
I need you to get your reptilian boots on, brother. We're heading
I mean, they're
in.
on right now.
All right. I got my pants and my belt on. I ain't got no shirt though, and I ain't got no socks.
Oh, well, okay.
Let's do it.
First, I thought you were doing some random
All right.
professional wrestler, and then you slipped into, I don't know, like random Southerner. I'm not sure what's going on, but yeah, good on you, man. No socks. Let's
Welcome
go.
to-
Yeah, do it.
Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'll be in my underwear the rest of the episode. Thank you.
So, as aforementioned, I found this in a book that we've used as a reference before. Everyone knows how I feel about Brad Steger. I'm a big fan of his work. As a youth, he introduced me to a lot of different ideas, and I appreciate how that went down. So one of his most intriguing books, especially for people that are into the more corporeal, fuck-uppery in the paranormal world like we are, is his book from 2011, Real Monsters, Gruesome Critters, and Beasts from the Dark Side. In that book, he's got something, a chapter something, yeah. It's called, what do they call those things? Reptilians, invaders from other worlds. And in the context of this is a simple title, and it says, A Remarkable Email from Sandy Nichols. Now, if you don't know who Sandy Nichols is, that's okay, because neither did I until I read this. And as I said before, I'm just going to read right now from his something he published on Amazon. I'm the president and founder of the Alien Research Group based in Nashville, Tennessee, an ARG that researches various aspects of the paranormal and in doing so shares evidence collected during research and investigations in a variety of media formats. So obviously he is, and he also mentions in this that he was a personal friend of Brad Steger's. He's had Mothman sightings or Mothman type creature sightings. I don't know a lot about him because literally this was slapped together in the last hour, but I do know that, he's in this world, and he had, I guess what could only be referred to as a vision. And this he shared with his buddy, Brad Steger. And Mr. Steger found it so significant that he reprinted the email, I assume incomplete, not incomplete, but completely, in his book. So without any further ado, the title of this piece is A Vision of a Future Battle for Earth with the Reptilians. You are welcome, Mark.
That
Oh, boy.
might be the most metal thing ever. It's just Testament and Slayer and fucking Creator, and everyone is fucking thrashing.
It's definitely thrash. Everything
Definitely.
you mentioned was thrash metal, and you're right. That's
Yeah,
absolutely thrash. Well, but it could be a lot of different metal could come from
Okay,
this.
I could see Hammerfall totally doing the soundtrack.
Hammerfall makes more sense. West Coast thrash really didn't delve into reptilians a lot.
Yeah.
That I remember.
All right.
Mythos wasn't their thing, except for Megadeth with Hangar 18.
I mean, hey, there is Testament did have Into the Pit. They didn't specify what pit. Could have been a viper pit full of snakes and reptilians.
It could have been.
Could have been.
And
Probably
I won't
not.
take that away from you.
Probably a mosh pit. It's okay.
I will say this, though.
Probably.
From this point on, I will be speaking a lot in the first person, but this is
Okay.
me as Sandy
Oh,
with a head cold.
oh, this is going to be. This
Oh,
is
good.
going to.
It's a layered performance,
This is
something
Rob's.
Meryl Streep might be envious of.
This is Rob's acting 101. Take it away, good sir.
I have been mulling this experience over constantly in my thoughts from the moment I awakened on Saturday morning. This experience is so significant to me that it would not let me rest for a moment. It has been like important information is wanting to come out, but needed the right outlet to come forth. So, some of what you will read here is from some sort of revelation or hidden information I am getting as I literally sit here and write this email. It's like some sort of automatic writing. So this dude's fucking channeling. Obviously, when I revert to my voice, you can tell the difference. It's so obvious. This dude is clearly channeling the forces of future fighting, and you're going to get a little element of John Connor in here. You're going to get a lot of things that are going to resonate well. But I'll continue.
All right.
As you know, for at least a month now, I have been waking up quite often and finding a variety of cuts and scratch marks on my body. The phenomenon may last a week, several weeks, or even a month, then taper down or stop for several months until it begins again. This time is a bit different, though. Not for the marks, but I am also, as well as Sherry, Sandy's wife, Steger puts in parentheses, a few times seeing more things or hearing more strange noises as well. Inside the main house, my office, and even outside as I relax in the hot tub. Oh, Sandy's living the good life.
Oh,
It's got
fancy
a main
fucking hot
house,
tub.
an outside house, an office house. They're probably not all different houses. And a hot tub.
It's a lot of houses,
Man,
Must be
I
nice.
guess the alien fucking action's paying. So good job.
apparently.
Back into acting. Just this morning around 4 a.m., I am sitting in the hot tub, and for whatever reason, I turned my head to the left and saw a bar of white light through the French kitchen doors. The light was low to the floor on the far side in a vertical position, and it appeared to be 1 to 2 feet in length and a few inches wide. I also saw a ball of white light over the trees to the right along the riding trail, excuse me. And a few seconds later, a ball of red light in the backyard, in the trees, at the corner on the left side of the property line. So that's a pile of fucking crazy lights. The first one I could dismiss is a fluorescent bulb, even though who'd be walking around with a fucking fluorescent bulb unless it's the ghost of Nikolai Tesla proving that electricity doesn't need wires. But otherwise, what the fuck?
I don't know. I don't fucking alien baseball game.
At other times over the last month or so, I have seen other bars of white light in the kitchen and round balls of white light, as well as a ghost figure beside the hot tub. This is not including what Sherry and I have been seeing or hearing inside the house at other times. Since Sherry and I moved into the house, other friends have also seen these white lights in the neighborhood. Plus, my dogs have reacted to some of these things as well. This is really the first time I can remember where I have gotten consistent marks on my body, and at the same time have been seeing and hearing an array of other things at the same time in a consistent manner. So he's correlating these experiences as anybody would.
Dude.
And I get writing it down.
Shit's getting wild at the hot tub.
So the title of this next interlude is The Pain Experiences.
Is this where are we going to Dune?
Cenobites, maybe?
Oh, yeah. The lament configuration.
Your
Here it
pain
comes.
will be legendary, even in the hot tub, said Pinhead.
You put the hot tub in the wrong direction, you get fucking needles in your face.
Dude, put your hand in the hot tub. There you go.
Oh, Jam Gabar. Or Flash Gordon, the wood beast, the wood whatever.
Okay, we got a lot of things we could do here.
Oh, yeah.
A lot.
Right on. Back to Sandy. Now, twice in the last 2 to 3 weeks, I have had what I believe to be dreams, but very short dreams. I suddenly realize that I am someplace where I do not know, and I know someone or something is behind me. I feel as if I am standing up. Then suddenly and without warning, I feel something or other either touching or putting pressure, either with a finger or some type of instrument on a specific area in the middle of my back, about 1 inch to the left of my spine. Okay, that's a lot.
That's yeah.
But at least he's not assuming anything, I guess.
Like acupuncture?
Well, acupressure at this point.
Okay, cool.
As soon as the area is touched, I feel this intense pain, not sharp, but dull and radiating, spreading out over the entire back area and even inside of me. The pain is so intense that I cannot help but arch my back like a backward C. After several agonizing seconds, the pain subsides, and about a second later, I am subjected to the pain again. It is like whomever or whatever is doing this to me releases the pressure or takes away the instrument and then immediately tags me again. Oh, like remote torture? That's fucked up.
It sounds like nerve issues.
I mean,
like
practically speaking.
Like when my sciatic acts up, yeah.
The pain is so intense that I fear to move because I feel that I would feel the pain even more than what I am feeling it. And that I get when I've been in acute like back pain. We've all known this thing. Like you're like, I'm not going to move an inch because this is agony, but that little squirm might make it 10 times worse.
Yeah, for sure.
So I totally get that. After this off and on pain torture about 5 times, I finally have the strength / will to try to move, to try and break/move away from the pain. When I do this, I suddenly awaken on my couch where I am fully aware and can see the things in my office. And just a second or two later, I get hit by the off and on pain at least 2 more times. So from dream world to waking world, that's fucked up. My physical reaction to the pain is exactly as it is in the dream, arch my back upwards and grimace in pain. Next heading, something similar from my past. I have vivid memories of a very conscious experience from nearly 10 years ago. One Saturday afternoon, after doing some household chores, I decided to take a nap in an upstairs bedroom. I fell asleep, and sometime afterwards, I realized I was standing in the bare room of an extraterrestrial craft. With me were a tall female gray and another being that I could not tell what it was. That's interesting to me. I always see, I'm not a super expert. I know there's the tall, thin white ones, the tall, thin black ones, the tall, thin grays, short grays, but you don't usually see gender specificity on grays, which goes,
Yeah.
and everyone who listens to this pod knows how I feel about fucking grays anyway. But so I don't do a lot of deep dives, but I've never seen the boobied gray.
Right.
In what my limited research is. So that's interesting. The tall female gray was wanting me to do something, and I simply refused to do it. She was holding a metal looking type of rod in her hand, like a cattle prod. And after I refused to do what she wanted me to do, she touched the metal rod device right on my spine in the middle of my back. I immediately dropped to my knees in intense pain. Even after this, I still refused to do what she wanted me to do. She zapped me again. She zapped me a third time. The next thing I knew, I was on my knees on the floor, back in my bedroom, and still feeling the effects of the pain. The pain is very similar to my 2 most recent pain experiences. So that's interesting. He's correlating it with dream/memory of being tortured by a tall female gray, a gray manatrix, if you will. And
yeah,
but I mean, he's getting tortured. Not to belittle his pain, you know. And he's waking up with the physical reality of a pain, which of course could also be explained by, you know, having legitimate pain, and that insinuates itself into your dreams.
that happens to me all the fucking time. As somebody who has horrible spine problems, I have tons of dreams that though that's what's going on,
Right?
like all the time.
So, you know, I mean, a lot of doors could be opened by this. A lot of interpretations. Next heading. The dream this past Saturday morning, or maybe something much more. I found myself in this room with several other people, around 10 men and women. And this is where it starts getting a little fucking cray cray. There are boxes and a few small tables and chairs. The lighting in the room is strange. There are no lamps or fixtures and no apparent source for the light, which is not white light, but dark light that illuminates this room and the entire complex. I have a hard time trying to wrap my head around that, other than my limited experiences with, I guess, fucking fuzzy posters and black lights.
Yeah, I assume that's what he means.
Yeah, it's all I can assume. So everything has maybe a purplish hue, and it's
Right.
better than pitch blackness, but not much. But who the fuck knows, really? I mean, it's an assumption. I know that we are in some sort of enormous underground complex. We are part of something like a quasi-military/civilian fighting group. I am the leader/commander of this group of people, and I know that I command many more people than this. I feel that we of this group are on a special mission of reconnaissance and diversion in an attempt to confuse and disorganize the enemy. In parentheses, it was at this point in the dream that I realized that this is not the first time I have been in this underground complex, and I am not actually in a dream. So he realizes he is having,
Dude,
I guess, a memory, or
Okay.
he's in Call of Duty now.
Yeah.
Like now you're in the Resistance. What is happening?
Yeah, I mean, that's
All right.
hence the John Connery-ness of it.
Yeah.
John Connor /Uri of it. But fucking, but I think what he's actually saying is that he is actually there, at least psychically, maybe psychophysically, if that's a thing, at the same moment he's having this vision, and it's not just a memory, I think.
Huh.
So
yeah, no, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
on that Saturday morning, while he was at least partially incorporated in his bedroom and in one of his many homes, part of him was in this underground complex leading a group of revolutionaries, like fucking Guns of Navarone style.
As you want to do, I guess.
As we'd all want to do,
Yeah.
at least in our dreams. In real life, I'm much more content on the couch, but yeah,
Totally.
sure. Everyone wants to be a sci-fi hero in their fucking dreams.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see if he wins. Does he beat Skynet? Does he win the trophy? Does he get the medal?
Does he beat Zuckerberg? We'll see.
Oh my God. Here's where things take a really interesting twist. Back to his words. The enemy is not just one group, but two. The first group comprises creatures of extreme intelligence. These creatures are of a very large size, up to 8 to 9 feet tall. They have a large muscular build, both males and females. On the upper part of their body, they wear some sort of interlocking breast and back plate, similar to, well, He-Man in my mind, but he says, similar to the scale pattern of fish. Their skin is rough and seems to be covered with coarse black hair, but I believe that this is not hair at all. It just appears this way in the dark light environment. Their heads are larger at the brain area, wide and somewhat curved inward, and similar in shape to a flattened out, but inflated lizard head. You know what this is invoking in me?
Is this a Gauss?
Yeah.
Looking right at the flat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, do they have pauldrons? Maybe.
No, not necessarily.
Come on.
With the exception of the black hair-like tendrils, whatever they turn out to be, it's a lot like the Zamfredian abductors in my mind.
Oh, that's a good point. Shit, that does have similarities to them. Okay,
but here's where there's a little difference.
Okay.
The mouth areas protrude outward from the face, and their mouths have some rather nasty-looking sharp teeth, large and small. A few of the front teeth kind of look like quote-unquote Dracula teeth. So that could be something similar, just without the breathing apparatus that the Zamfreda abductors were known for. But again, I might be pushing, something round into a square hole here. The eyes are large, somewhat vertical, but it is hard to see details of colors of the eyes. Their arms, from the elbows to the shoulders, are as large as the largest part of an average-sized man's leg. And the legs are even larger still. Their chest area is extremely wide. So, fucking leg arm here.
Yeah, leg arm and arm house.
Yeah,
leg house, arm, body.
They're built like shit brick houses here.
Yeah, they're fucking Urukai, but they're like Gauss Urukai.
Totally.
Exactly. All right.
I think that, excuse me, I jumped ahead here. They are very similar in appearance to the reptilians that I have seen up close and personal, but with physical differences. Now, those circumstances where he saw traditional reptilians up close and personal, I don't know about. But I don't know this man's life, like I've said. Renowned for our research. Fuck all that. This week we are flying by the seat of our pants.
No, we're just going to take his word for the ones that he's talked to before, like walking down the street.
Just the look on Chris's face when he says walking down the street, and he looks to his right to nobody. He's like, "Hey, what's up, buddy? What's up there, fucking reptilian reptoid? How you doing?
These are
friend?"
similar to my friend Ted. Ted the reptilian,
just bigger,
but with some differences.
He's just way more muscular, and he's got these crazy fucking teeth. Apparently, all right, and cool armor. I'm down. All right, man, continue.
Right on. So I'm just gonna say it all again. They are very similar in appearance to the reptilians I have seen up close and personal, but with physical differences. I know that they are hybrid reptilians who are in direct confrontation with the common reptilians. Both are vying for control of the ... dark underworld.
Yeah,
okay,
dude,
but
we
you know what?
Finally got the EU that we need. Yes.
What about the fucking vampires and the Lycans?
Underworld, dude. But with
what about the
reptilians?
robots? What about the Daryls?
All right, the werewolves and the Lycans are the fictional dark underworld. The Daros and the Taros
How do you know?
and the Shaverin things, that's very real. And I'm sure they come into conflict with reptilians all the fucking time of all stripes. Now we're just dealing with the new paradigm of reality, Chris. So, let's keep this shit straight.
How funny is that there's the regular reptilians and then you got the hybrids, both of which are super pissy.
Oh,
both
yeah.
just constantly at each other, just being ass. Like nothing gets done. There's no like council. There's nothing. There's being shitheads to each other constantly.
And you got to know they're not thrilled by being called the common reptilians.
Yeah, no, that makes me
Nobody wants that fucking label.
Now they're super pissed.
Yeah, of course. Reptilian racism. It's garb.
We got fucking hybrid reptilians, Robert. I don't even know what to do with this.
Vying for control
of the
dark underworld.
I'm sorry, the dark underworld.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get to this. Let's see what happens here.
Shit, yes. I think that the reptilians were from out there someplace. Out there is in quotes. Indicating, I think that he thinks that common reptilians, Sandy that is, believes that they're from outer space. And they chose Earth as their new home eons ago. They feel as if they are the controllers of humans, though they did not create us. During their time on Earth, they have been doing genetic research and eventually created the hybrid reptilians from whom they lost control.
Classic story.
Classic mad scientist bullshit. You can never keep control of the monster you make. Read a book, reptilians. Read Mary Shelley, all right, 1,000 years earlier.
Genetically do something to your race, you fuck it up, and then it takes you over.
Yeah, you make a better version of you, that version is going to condescend to you. Stoop.
What did they hybridize it with, though?
Humans.
I feel like they look less reptilian. They seem crazier looking.
Well, maybe I'm wrong. Shit, let's just keep reading and find out, Chris.
Oh, okay.
Usually I can say that with great deal of conviction. Now I'm thinking, who the fuck knows, man? I wrote this in a cold med stupor. Let's fucking.
If you said a bear, I'd be like, oh, that makes sense, a bear, because it's big and fucking weird.
Yeah, well, but they're not, bright. I mean, they're honey bright, but they're not like fucking street smart.
Honey bright, I like it.
But no one said they were hairy, big, long-limbed.
There you go.
All right.
Well, he did say they were extremely intelligent at the beginning of the description.
He didn't know.
You're going to question Sandy now?
That's the first slip up, Sandy.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
So we are going to get deep into the weeds here because as he's writing this, as I will read this, more revelations will come. As I was writing the above paragraph, I was suddenly hit with some sort of tremendous energy surge that made me woozy as hell. This energy surge was not from me, but from some unknown outside force. This has happened to me on a number of occasions over the last several years, but never before this strong. So clearly he's onto something. Clearly he's telling a deep truth, and he's either getting energy from allies to continue telling the truth, or it's supposed to set him back, but it's not working. I don't know. I'm going to keep reading. The second group we are fighting is a group of humans who know about, aid, and work for these hybrids in a nefarious scheme against their fellow humans, those bastards, those rat bastards. Always a group that are just trying to line their pockets.
All right, it's like a proxy war or something.
It's like George Buck Flowers at the end of They Live. He starts off homeless. Now he's living the high life, sucking up to the angels with all their obey bullshit. Long before Shepard Fairey bit it. And now look what happens.
Sucking that
betrayers.
That reptilian teat's getting sucked. There it is.
Indeed. These humans are part of an unknown clandestine group of people with very close ties and a working relationship with some sort of secret, non-elected government group. This group of humans is so secretive that only a handful of people know they even exist, and most of the non-elected government group doesn't even know what the hell is going on. I assume we're all part of the non-elected government group, unless some listeners out there are part of the elected government group. So why don't you just say the majority of us? But what the hell?
Yeah.
If you're not a part of the Illuminati, then you're just the rest of us. So
that's
that
true.
Stands to reason.
Elected or not, you know?
There it is.
As the leader in this vision, that's Sandy talking, I ordered my people to stay in the room. I left the room and began running down a strange, undulating, sometimes flat and straight, sometimes curved hallway. The walls, floors, ceilings, etc., were not what one would expect. Like some of the UFOs I have been on, again, just taking his word for it,
Yes.
a great deal of the physical structure of this underground complex was literally alive. Living halls, baby.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
By being alive, it was able to change shapes, but not on its own accord. The changing shapes came about by those beings that created it. And this knowledge of creation is generally known by many intelligent species. Okay, so again,
I mean, like, okay, sure.
Well,
I'm in. I
I can
guess.
agree with one thing, that intelligence as we recognize it is one of the hallmarks of it is creation. Now, so far as what I presume the human race is a fairly juvenile, if not infantile species, we create tools and we create ideas and we create architecture and we create more ephemeral things like the internet, but we're not actually world shapers yet or organic hallway makers yet. Bob Vila, fucking the ghost of Vila, watch out. But maybe that's like the natural evolution of intelligence, is that you create, and that the more evolved you get, the more complex said creations can become, until, as Arthur C. Clarke said, it becomes indistinguishable from magic. Though I'm paraphrasing that in a slightly different
all right,
context.
and then it's Prometheus. Okay, cool.
Oh no, it's not. No, it's not. You can't shoehorn. No.
Let him have his engineers.
Damn it.
Let me
Deny
get
the
my
moon and really set me off. Come on, fucker.
We all know what's on the moon, or
God
we
damn it.
don't. Oh, what's there?
He's a leader. Like other creative species,
All
he is
right.
going to lead us to, I hope, salvation. Okay. This living entity, which I'm sure he's talking about the hallway again. This living entity was created with some degree of intelligence, and it has to be controlled or it could transform into something else and become deadly to its creators. Yes. The
Oh,
hallway rebels.
this is the worst
Oh.
hallway ever.
Everything in this world is deadly, and you have to constantly be aware of
Yeah.
everything because it might kill you.
What a
I
bummer.
mean, look at the atom. Yeah, we get microwave popcorn, but also Hiroshima. So I mean,
you're not wrong.
it's bad and
Yeah.
mildly good.
Can't
Obviously,
they
the
create?
bad outweighs.
Is everything that they create possibly could turn on them? Like if they have to take a
According to
shit, does their
Sandy-
toilet? Do they have to be wary of the toilet? It might turn on them. Faucets, beds,
Oh
like
my
everything
God.
they make is just possibly deadly.
Oh, a bidet is venomous. You don't
Yeah.
even know what you're getting into there. Fuck yeah, dude. I guess so. I guess you constantly have to fucking be watching the living things you create,
Yeah.
like
Stop
your
creating
children.
living things.
Mark,
Oh, living water. Keep it dead.
keep it
Keep
dead.
water dead.
It's just a simple slogan on a poster in a schoolroom. I
Oh
see
my God.
water.
Water.
Period. Keep it dead.
Keep it dead. Keep water dead movement.
Oh,
Oh boy.
fuck yes.
All right, here it is.
All right, back to the story. Every time we are in this underground complex, we are faced with the knowledge that our main physical foe would be the creatures and not the humans. Even though the humans collaborate with the creatures, they are allowed only limited access to the underground complex. This is due to several reasons. The first reason was that they felt that too many humans would hinder their battle with the common looking reptilians, since humans are so much weaker in physical strength. That makes sense. We suck in battle. I mean, in a reptile war, we suck in battle.
You could always put us up front like cannon fodder, or just
Oh.
like stick us in back for like logistics,
Well,
like
yeah.
spotters. Yeah.
Spotters. A second reason was that just like the common reptilians, the hybrids looked upon humans as inferior. Well, yeah.
All right. There you go.
A third reason was privacy, but not because they liked privacy. Who the fuck does? I mean, everyone, but whatever. As stated earlier, the reptilians consider themselves as rulers over humans, and the hybrids feel the same. The hybrids' need for privacy is a way to deceive their human partners. The hybrids are deluding the humans into believing that they are on an equal footing with all of the reptilians, but in truth, they are not. The reptilians have been around a lot longer than we have, and far longer than the hybrids. Their knowledge is far superior to ours, and their main goal is for the conquest and subjugation of humans, but not in a, quote, kind of slave way, end quote, as espoused by several researchers. Well, then in what kind of fucking way, Sandy? What's
That
that?
is
What's
just-
that other way?
Yeah.
That is gaslighting.
Did we just get gaslit by
You're going to get
reptilians?
subjugated, but don't worry. It's not like slavery. Just calm down.
No, they're controlling your feed. It's they're upping cable prices on a bi-daily basis until it's obsolete.
Cable prices.
Don't even worry about it. It's not your problem.
See, everyone accepts Netflix and their fees, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, reptilians are fucking running the show. That's how it happens.
And then you get Umbrella Academy season 3.
There it is.
What's next? The humans are working for the hybrids for all kinds of reasons: money, power, knowledge, technology, etc. One of the collaborating humans' principal responsibilities is to make certain that the general public and even higher ups don't believe in the existence of either the reptilians or the hybrids. Now, here's a little thought fucking experiment. I refuse to believe in reptilians, but the hybrids, fuck yeah. Like, why would you need to even say that? Just, yes, of course, all of it. You don't believe in one and not the other. Or if you believe in the reptilians, but hybrids is a bridge too fucking far.
Yeah.
Yeah, get it together.
Another duty is getting the humans to do the reptilians' bidding with the human higher-ups without these higher-ups knowing a damn thing about what's really going on. Oh, man, I feel like a sheep who just got fucking sheared. The wool is gone from the eyes. There is another twist, and that is that there is another human group working with the reptilians. These are the humans and reptilians that most of today's researchers talk about. This human group knows about the other human group and the hybrid reptilians, but overall they know very little. Okay, so we got the humans working with common
I need
reptilians.
A chart. I need a fucking chart.
The reptilians and the smartest reptilians. And then there's the other group working with the hybrid reptilians who believe they're on equal footing, but they're fucked in the long run because you shouldn't fucking be a collaborator. And then the twain know, but not that much. I think I just charted it out for you, Chris, but I'm not 100% sure I nailed that.
Probably didn't. But I'll take your word for it.
Fair enough.
All right.
The above knowledge constantly plays in my thoughts as I continue to run down the hallway. I forgot all of this breakdown was happening while he's sprinting, booking, if you will, down the organic hall. It is this knowledge that gives all of us who chose to fight the creatures against the odds we face. Let me try this again because I think I stumbled it up. It is this knowledge that gives all of us who chose to fight the creatures against the odds we know we face the strength to carry on. We are fighting for self-survival and individual sovereignty, using free will to choose our own destiny. More and more people are slowly learning and believing and joining the fight. John Carpenter, where are you? It's time. It's time to dust off that old skill set, make one more great one.
Right?
One more mid-'80s movie. Get that plinky-ass synthesizer out and you fucking work your magic, sir, because it's here on a plate. I'm fucking loving it. The strength to carry on. Get Peter Cetera to do a song, too.
Yeah, no, Manowar wrote this paragraph 100%. And I'm in. Now I'm in. I didn't give a fuck this whole time. Now I'm in.
Fucking you're right. I finally reached the end of this particular hallway. My objective is to get to another entrance where more of my people are waiting for me. My plan needs good coordination, and our radio communication is pretty well moot while in the underground complex. In some way, the actual physical composition of the living entity itself blocks normal radio communication. That sucks. The reptilians, though, are able to communicate great distances through a sort of collective, quote-unquote, hive telepathy. We should all be so lucky and Borgish.
Borg.
Yeah. Totes Borg. There are many of us who are actually doing the fighting who have somehow increased our telepathic abilities. That's right. It is hard to explain, but we can sometimes communicate with other people using the same telepathy process. It is like relying on one's own sixth sense, gut instinct more for answers. By using our increased abilities, we are then able to think in a conscious way of what to do next if the situation becomes fluid, and the person basically receives an answer from, say, someone like me. Though my answer apparently came from my subconscious thoughts without my being aware of it at the time. Oh, that's dangerously
I
Tao.
mean,
I don't know if anyone's ever called something dangerously Tao. I love Taoism. I've always found it to be something that if I apply to my own life in whatever limited way I'm able, it's good. But the thought that I don't make the decision, but I'm the leader, the decision comes to me and then is automatically broadcast through the radio waves of my brain or telepathy waves. It's like, at what point are you actually involved in the process?
Yeah, no, that's the deal. I mean, they do say that pretty much your brain makes decisions before you do,
That's
subconsciously
true.
anyway. But then now you're just adding telepathy on top of that. It's like, fuck's sake, can I do anything on my own? Can I make a decision?
Yeah, so at that point, like you're saying, Chris, you become an organic computer. The computing's being done, and it's being broadcast out before the conscious you, the one that has the ego and the super ego, and of course and all the other components that make you relate to the world. It's less like, okay, and you just move on. And while it shouldn't be important that you feel important. For people, it is important that you feel important. So you think the subconscious would be like, hey, Sandy, good one. He came up with a great idea there, buddy. Just give me that 1 second delay to fucking let him feel good about it.
Yeah, well, that's why you think you make. I think that's the thing. There's a wall there where you do think you make the decisions,
right?
Like you can't think about it because then you'll just make yourself nuts.
No, you're right. And
so
it does
you're
go
just
back
like,
to
oh
the
yeah, I made a
Force.
decision.
Like, stop thinking, Luke. Put on your fucking blackout helmet and use the saber and try not to fucking amputate a Wookiee because then you're fucked.
That could have been the end of that fucking movie when he was training on the fucking Falcon. Like, if he just got mad and just fucking, he could have just went nuts and then it would have credits. Shit would have been blown up.
Oh my God. It's so true.
Anyway.
It's so fucking true. Okay. Over time, this is becoming a more common experience, and it drives the hybrids crazy because they can't stop it from occurring. Oh, that's a plus. If you're not actively involved in the process, what can they fucking do? For us to win, we must become like them in a certain way. One must begin to think like them instead of like us. We must become, quote, the ultimate trickster, end quote, at least where it concerns these two reptilian species. Are we the secret trickster gods?
Yeah,
Were we always the coyote?
Maybe it is. I mean, maybe we're the key to untangling this reptilian ball of shit that we're facing. Apparently, I don't know.
We're either dealing with like some epic sci-fi delusions of grandeur or some eye-opening shit that we all need to start taking notes on.
I mean, this is a lot. We have lives we have to live. I mean, this is just a lot.
You got
to handle.
babies and a wife. Yeah, we got families that we need to take care of.
All right.
I reached the end of the hallway. It's the longest fucking hallway ever.
Fuck's sake.
Guess what happens next? Run down another hallway.
Whoa, boy.
Around a curved hallway. And then come to another door.
Okay.
So we're at a door. I throw open the door and enter through the second entrance to another room in the underground complex. This room is huge, and my people, about 6 of them, are huddled about 50 yards away from me. What appear to be boxes are scattered in neat fashion around the whole room. Scattered and neat are antonyms. I'm just going to leave it at that. These are not ordinary boxes. This is some sort of mechanical room, like a power source, but not the main power source. It is located much deeper, much, much deeper. As an afterthought, I can't help but smile when other researchers share that the government has built underground facilities that are 40 stories deep compared to the place where we battle. 40 stories deep is like one shovel of dirt being removed. Oh shit.
Wow.
That's
Someone's
deep.
getting snarky.
Wow, yeah, no doubt. What was it? Phil Tucker, the poor guy lost half his hand and got blasted just, 20 feet down with the grays.
Yeah. No.
It gets deep. And so clearly this is either under the Denver airport or Dulce. It can't be anywhere else.
Or deeper.
Yeah. Or deeper.
Or it's even deeper.
It's the center of the fucking earth.
Apparently.
My people ask me, what is our next move? I must be careful in what I command my people to do. They trust me. They have from the first time we met. They follow my command without hesitation. Why so much trust? I do not know. Maybe because I do not have all the answers, and like them, I learn new knowledge every day. How I came to be in this position, I do not know. Though I do know I have an awesome responsibility, and it is scary sometimes. I rely on them, and they rely on me. again, I guess all leaders should be that humble,
Fair.
but it's smidge hubristic, maybe playing into a personal fantasy trip, but maybe it's just he was chosen.
Yeah.
As I stand and calculate the best strategy, my attention is drawn to the entrance door. Something is not right. I tell my people to stay put as I turn and head back to the door. Cautiously and slowly, I open the door. Down on the landing is a human on all fours, screaming in pain and begging for help. I see only him. No blood, no creatures, but I am aware that sometimes the creatures can inflict pain on us even without a physical source. Going back to his fucking dreams in the beginning.
Yeah.
Who is this person? I do not recognize him. My team and I are the only ones supposed to be in the complex at this time. I am suspicious. A slight movement on the bottom part of the stairwell below the landing grabs my attention. For just a second, I catch the protruding mouth of a hybrid, its mouth open wide enough that I can see its teeth. It is important for me not to act in haste and try a rescue. Though it seems callous, an attempted but failed rescue can result in some devastating repercussions in the future. With regret, I decide to leave the man to his fate. I turned and walked away from the door into the large room. I had only taken a few steps when my conscious morality compels me to try and help this man. I open the door. The creature has not emerged from behind the corner of the stairwell. The man is now on the second step leading to me, still screaming in pain. I do not know if he is hurt or if something else is wrong, but the man seems to be making no effort to crawl up any more stairs. Do I dare take the chance of going down to get him? Suddenly and without warning, the creature appears on the landing behind the man. He leans down and grabs the man's legs, and the man just disappears. The creature had created an illusion within my own thoughts.
Oh shit!
Fucking baiting him, like
I
those
mean, yeah,
old
you know.
goblins that used to make baby cries in the woods to make women and I guess sensitive men run out to rescue the baby. But no, it's just you're part of a goblin feast and you're the main course. Fuck off. Using our own fucking conscience against us.
All right, shit.
Sure.
Asshats, son of a bitch and aliens. Sorry. Screaming in pain, but not really there. I turn and slam the door as I rush back into the room. I do not know how far I had gotten when I turned around and saw the creature directly behind me. How could he have caught up to me so fast? The sheer size and bulk of the creatures prevents them from quick speed or movement. This physical hindrance is an advantage we use in our battle strategy. I reach for it and grab something to use as a club, and I begin to furiously hit the creature on the forehead. 20 or 30 times I hit him, and then stop. It seems to have no effect. The next thing I knew, the creature had grabbed me from the back, his large arms wrapped around me and covered the upper half of my body. Its grasp was tight, but I could easily breathe. He begins communicating with me, though I cannot either understand or remember what he was saying. This communication lasts for several minutes. Then it turns me around in its arms. The top of my head just reaches above the bottom part of his chest. I careen my head backwards and look it directly in the face, but more importantly, in the eyes. It stares at me with an emotionless stare for several seconds. Then I hear it say, "I will rule the dark underworld." Exclamation
of
point.
course. What else? What else would it say?
No other words will do.
It makes the proclamation. It's all right.
I expect nothing less.
No.
All right. Cool.
And he's going to let his enemy. He will hug his enemy tight. He will bring him up to his breast, and he will snuggle him in, and he will make him look up into his eyes of indiscriminate color, and he will declare,
I will
rule the dark underworld.
Yes. Okay.
Don't think for 1 second I won't. Why is it the dark underworld? Because we can't afford decent lighting. We got we went to a Spencer's that was going out of business, as they all did, and we bought all the black lights, and that's how we light our place.
Yeah,
it is the dark underworld.
There is no LED technology underneath there. So.
They spent their money on other things, hybridization.
CDs. There you go.
CDs. Piles of CDs. Who knew?
Yeah, dude. Spoof shirts. That's in another hallway.
Oh my God.
Spencer's.
All of it. The whole stock. In fact, it's probably 40 stories below a Spencer's. Somewhere in Hackensack, New Jersey.
There's going to be lava lamps before the end of the story.
Oh, there should
Yeah,
be.
there's gonna have to be.
Okay. Why the creature let me go this time and other times, I do not know. I only know that I awakened on the couch, fully conscious and aware. A few seconds later, I got nailed by 2 separate and distinct bursts of pain. After some thought of this in the last day or two, I believe that these fully conscious and aware pain experiences are like a warning to me, quote unquote, not to mess with them. The creature's words were chilling, and though he spoke them to me in the singular, I had the distinct impression, feeling that it was referring to the plural or the whole of the entire hybrid species. I wondered for several hours after the experience about this, and then it came to me. The hive mentality, the word I literally means we. All right, that's fair. Tenses are hard, some something else bothered me about the wording of the phrases that I did not put 2 and 2 together until I began sharing this email to you. It said the phrase in the future tense, not the past or present tense. This is very significant to me for a couple of reasons. It would confirm that if this was indeed not just a dream, but in fact a real time, right here and there type of experience, and that 2 different reptilian species are at war with each other, then this means that at least during some of my abduction experiences, I am taken to this underground complex either by the common reptilians or by some other alien type species. Through my own personal research and hearing other people share their experiences, I cannot help believing that some alien species are good and trying to help the humans, and that they are fighting the bad alien species, and that in at least some of these wars, they use humans. In other words, your planet, you help defend it. Okay. So he thinks he's being commandeered by a good alien, I think, is what I'm gathering from this.
I
Bringing in
guess.
a whole other fucking faction, which of course I love.
I mean, it makes sense. There's always the group that does the dissenters, right? That disagree with the agenda, and
Right. Like like the difference between an ecologist and a contractor. Not to say that contractors can't care about the environment, or the difference between an industrialist and an environmentalist, or a trophy hunter and somebody, a naturalist who's trying to like save species. There can be fundamental differences of theory and opinion. And you're right. Why wouldn't another species be out there like, leave these poor fuckers alone? Or if we want to go back to Dubno type stuff, I mean, if our computer, our Earth is truly a computer, a repository like the great fucking Alexandrian library of yore or something, then maybe every species has a vested interest in preserving it, and then some species are just a little more concerned with the things that live on it than others.
Yeah.
I mean, who the fuck knows? Now I'm definitely conflating all sorts of shit. Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, this story really makes you do that in your head automatically. Like,
Totally.
you can't help it.
Yeah,
so.
Rob, welcome to conspiracy theories, buddy. 101. This is where it starts.
Is this how you dip your toe, wet it up a little, say, ooh, water's warm. Maybe I can just slip in my whole foot.
Exactly.
Oh God.
All right, let's get to the ending of this game.
It would
the boss
also
battle.
confirm. Yes, I agree with you, Chris. It would also confirm that the future tense phrasing meant that the war has been and still is being waged at this precise moment in time under the Earth's surface. And by this precise moment, sometime preceding 2011, because that's when the book was published. There is no doubt in my mind that some of what I've shared with you in this email just came out of me. Okay, there it is. The best way I can describe it is like automatic writing. I have to believe that this must be some type of factual information or knowledge I have that's buried somewhere deep in my subconscious, and by writing it down, it allowed some of this hidden information / knowledge to come forth. I am not stating that everything I've shared in this email is an absolute truth just yet. I need more information / confirmation. I know that I can take none of this to the lab for analysis. So as I have shared with you before, the only thing I can rely on for final validation is my own sixth sense gut feeling. So, all right, at least he's honest about that.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's a pretty good admission, at least.
Yeah, definitely. My gut feeling right now is telling me that at least these experiences are real and valid up to a point, and that the pain I experienced is real and valid up to a point. It is the detail of the experience that I am trying to validate. He does not say up to a point there. Well, and I love this. This is a summation. This says it all. This is the fighting Earthican spirit here. Well, I've got news for the bastards. I'm not backing down, and I will fight for our world every time. Thank you, Sandy Nichols, for your
Wow.
fucking service.
Oh, okay, yeah,
All right. Yeah. I mean,
Sandy.
yeah, that's his final proclamation right there.
You can't
I'm not
fuck around
backing
with that.
down.
I'm
No,
not
you
backing
can't.
down. And Tom Petty
No.
swings in.
I won't back down.
Yikes.
Oh, that's your Tom
Rest in
Petty.
peace.
Wow.
I can't do a Tom
Jeez.
Petty when I'm not sick. I certainly can't. I'm not going to like try to dishonor his memory by actually
Yeah.
doing his voice.
I mean, it wasn't inaccurate.
Yeah, thank you.
What you
No.
just did there.
No,
I love Tom
So,
Petty.
I have a couple of different theories with this. Obviously, skeptically speaking here, if this person is enduring just some sort of, extreme pain or whatever, like a physical ailment, whether it be, back problem, sciatic, whatever, he's all fucked up and he's taking painkillers and he's just tripping his balls off on pain meds or whatever.
I
Obviously,
can't rule it out.
can't rule it out. Obviously, a possibility here.
Diabetes.
He could be experiencing just something like a fever dream. We are all sick this week, and we've all been laying in bed just fucked up
I
completely.
have not fought living
No.
corridors or
No.
saved humanity or failed to save humanity yet, so I won't necessarily chalk it up to being under the weather.
I mean, okay, good point.
Yeah. No, before you continue, before this last part where he does admit to some things, I got big L. Ron Hubbard vibes.
I was going to bring
So
that up as well.
Yeah, I was waiting to see if there was going to be an agenda. I don't know if there is or not, but I'm just planting that flag there, regardless
in
of
what
agenda.
sense? I think I know what you're talking about, Chris, but let's be more explicit.
Well, it just seems like a fantasy that is claimed real, like L. Ron Hubbard.
Right.
Oh, but hey, guys, we're from a planet, and we're called the Turfinerms, and it got
Things.
nuked. And
Right.
then the Baffle Norms came, and then
Fair enough. There does seem to be a mythology creationism going on here.
There seems to be an entire universe built around this,
And
which is
sometimes-
exactly what Hubbard did.
Yes, sometimes it is just treated completely as fiction in terms of, say, Lucas, which is fine and well, and then sometimes it is exploited, at least what I really honestly believe is exploited in the case of L. Ron Hubbard, where he
Oh, for
convinces
sure.
people that this is bona fide when I do not think it is. And then there might be cases, I mean, we can't, I totally appreciate you putting a pin in that, Chris, because I dig that. But sometimes what seems to be the creation of a mythology is just the recitation of a history heretofore unknown. And we can't entirely dismiss that option.
I mean, you
Maybe
can't
substantially,
for
but
anything
not
really,
entirely.
I guess. But
Yeah, so I guess whatever this guy is experiencing, is it that, I guess the question here is he physically being there, or is he psychically being put someplace in this war?
So that is the thing that we were kind of discussing earlier, and this is kind of what blows my mind, because there's different facets. Is it just his psychic energy that is somehow made manifest and interacting in a way that feels physical but isn't actually physical here?
Right.
Is he occupying an alien body that is, or maybe just like a cloned body that the aliens that he believes are orchestrating, the good aliens that are orchestrating the battle against the two different reptilian factions that, much like any great Sergio Leone movie, are fighting against each other and the good guys? Is he just occupying some weird bland-faced clone, horrific, whatever, or a carcass of another human being and fighting off in that? And then whenever he dies or gets hurt or is told the secret or who will rule, he shoots back to his own body with a fucking wicked backache? Or is it something else altogether, where he can be existing in his office couch and existing in a different way, but just as physical, like I say, a psychophysical form?
Right.
Though, I mean, I'm not like an expert on tulpas or anything,
Psychophysical.
or if psychophysical is a thing. Just fucking.
I mean, you just said it, so
Yeah,
I guess it is
I mean,
now.
I might have coined a phrase. I might have said something that's commonly known, but
Psychophysical.
Psycho, physical, psycho.
So I don't fucking know. So what is it?
Neither
Any
do
of
I.
those or none of those?
I mean,
All of that,
Or
and
all
yet
of it.
none of that.
with the whole automatic writing, where he's just like kind of like the information's coming to him and he's just kind of putting it all down there. I mean,
No, I mean it's slightly problematic.
it
Oh,
is.
yeah.
I guess though, to like what end? Because he does have this entire like universe built and everything. So either he's creating a really fucking dope screenplay that like I want to see this miniseries like on HBO Max.
Regardless, I want to see
yeah.
this on fucking HBO Max.
So if he's just experiencing this whatever burst of creative energy and it just comes to him while he's in pain apparently, and he's jotting it all down and he's just misinterpreting it as aliens, communicating through him and putting him into some super convoluted fucking war with like how many different kinds of reptilians?
Oh,
like
in all fairness, all
2,
war is
3?
convoluted.
Okay,
and
true.
having two factions that are working against each other, and then a third faction that's got an agenda, even a fourth. Jesus Christ! I mean, look at fucking Archduke Ferdinand. Fucking
Right.
I mean, wars are convoluted fucking shit heaps. That is not the thing that makes me skeptical.
No, I'm just saying that it appears that whatever scenario he's experiencing or trying to relate here, like I don't know. It's
what we
it's like
need
a
is
weird John Connor twist, like you said.
100%. What we need is more context here. He's been abducted numerous times. Like in the context of this book, and like I say, this is something I culled together pretty much this evening. He's had some Mothman sightings. He's had other paranormal events. He claims to have been abducted multiple times. He also said he has had multiple personal face-to-face contacts with common reptilians. He does battle
Right.
with hybrid reptilians. So I don't know this dude's full fucking story. That would help. What else? I mean, so sure, skeptic hat on. The first thing, like, dude sees Mothman. He's had multiple abduction experiences. He has had multiple contacts with reptilians of various and sundry sorts.
Yeah.
Well, and then when he met Elvis and Jimmy Hoffa for brunch, and they discussed the Great Liberation Army for humanity. My mind wants to go there, but I don't. But I'm resisting the temptation to dismiss it out of hand just because I really don't know like his backstory. I don't know,
Right.
Why Steger befriended him, and what other things might have led him or others to feel like what he has to say is useful. What we have, the only thing we really have to work from is the man's own word, and where I will give Sandy Nichols credit is that he's willing to call himself out. It's either that or not. I'm not 100% sure what's going on. I want to be able to validate this. I don't fucking know. So, I mean, it's going to be impossible for three strangers to ascertain the true validity of whether or not he is engaged in cosmic battle for the sovereignty of humanity's future.
Right.
Or if he's just creating a creation mythology that would make probably in the hands of a very talented group of writers and filmmakers, a really excellent miniseries, or really hack sci-fi, to be honest, in the hands of less gifted artisans.
I mean, at least he's out there fighting.
At least he's out there fighting.
I mean, that's the one thing you can say is he's not like a turncoat. He's not like, oh, fuck those humans. I'm going to go join the hybrids and screw over the reptilians and everybody else and fuck them. This is mine. Like, he's like, no, man, I'm a part of the resistance. I'm trying to trying to fight this. So, I mean, he's got that going for him.
But how the fuck does he know that the humans that are on the side of the common reptilians are just kind of dimwits that are kept in not necessarily dimwits in terms of being humans, but just kept in the dark doing whatever. But the ones with the hybrids are being falsely told that, hey, buddies, we're all together. Hey, we're half you, or we're half bear, or we're half whatever the fuck we are. I guess that was never really established. We're half something, and
was not.
We're all good. We're good. Don't even worry about it. We don't think you're better than you. I mean, we're 8 foot tall. We're fucking strong as 12 men. We're geniuses. But whatever, you guys, you invented cable and the prices keep going up. So there's that.
Yeah. Well, that's too much plot. He put in just enough plot.
Yeah.
But yes, ironically did not put in how the things are hybridized. That's missing from the plot.
And how he knows the details of all these separate characters. So acknowledging that there's no way for us to know and that we're all fairly skeptical. What are we going to do when our draft cards fucking get come in the cosmic mail, and we're told to do our part by the fourth party that was never even identified. Are they Nordics? Are they the tall grays? Are they who the fuck knows what?
Yeah, that's second season stuff. We're not there yet. We are not there yet.
But listen, man, if we get drafted, we're technically professional entertainers because we're paid to do this. So it's going to be like our time for like Good Morning Vietnam.
Oh my
like we're
God.
just going to be on the fucking
So we're gonna
radio.
be the wartime correspondents.
No,
we're in the organic hall. We're making our way down. It's still curving. Oh, it's a little smooshy, but we're getting through.
Oh no, we're not going. We're not boots in the ground. We're back at the base just reporting, being like, yeah. So we heard today from some soldiers here that the Reptilians are getting mighty fucking off there on the hold. And what are we gonna do? I'm just making words up.
What's up?
I'm dying.
Is Pepperidge Farm gonna cover this fucking war?
Don't use that voice. No one's gonna want to fight after listening to that.
That's the least inspiring patent fucking impression.
I literally
I've ever heard.
said that they were on the hold.
They're fucking gonna surrender after they hear you.
I'm falling apart over here. I'm just fucking dying.
Fucking Tokyo
Yes,
Stores
you are.
over here, fucking betraying the human race with his shitty impressions.
So, as a conspiracy dude myself, to a certain extent here, the one thing about the story that I did kind of notice, and if you follow, at least back in the day, not so much anymore because it's fucking awful out there. But you know, when you would go on forums and like groups and IRC chats or AOL chats or whatever, and there would just be people talking about like, you know, the reptilians and experiencing aliens and this and that. And there always seems to be, at least when I was on there, like a back and forth, like, oh, well, you know about this. Oh, but do you know about this? Or, oh, but what about this? And, oh, but now there's this. It's like a conspiracy, like one-upsmanship.
Sure.
Where
And it's
everything-
adding layers to the legend
Yes.
that may or may not be, probably not based on
Which
anything factual.
everybody tries to get their conspiracy dick in there and put their own little patina on it, which is precisely like if you look at like David Icke or Dave Icke, how the fuck you say that lunatic's name. If you look at his shit, it is literally continually pushing the goalposts further the fuck away from you and then changing the entire, everything he's ever done. He just continually changes it just to keep it going.
That's a
Yeah,
danger
for sure.
sign. Always a danger.
It's a super danger sign.
We can't accuse Sandy of this, but granted, our entire body of evidence is one email he sent.
Right.
Right.
So maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But anybody who does, be warned. It doesn't matter if it's fucking Ike or Q or whoever. Fucking step back, because the goals should be set and achieved, or you're just down the wrong fucking path.
And Sandy might not have anything nefarious behind this. He literally might just be experiencing something that he's interpreting as this, which is as
And
far
it could
as
be something physiological, something psychological, something pharmacological, or fucking or manipulation of a paranormal fashion, where he's being made to think these things by again. Are we the tricksters, or are the tricksters making us think we're the tricksters, and that's the nastiest trick they ever played?
Oh, that's how they get you. There it is.
I don't know. I have
I'm
no
the
answers.
coyote. You're the walrus. We're all fucked.
There it is.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Truer words have never been spoken. Oh, shit. Well, there it is, y'all. Thank you so very much for joining us. Holy shit, that was a wild fucking email. Just imagine, first of all, imagine poor Brad Seeger getting that email where you open it and you're like, oh fuck.
Boy, Sandy.
Here we go.
Sandy. You know what?
Yeah.
This is going in a book.
Yeah.
And he made the right decision, because it's something that needs to stand on its own goddamn legs.
And when I get that email, I'm definitely sending it to you guys for sure. I'm like, guys, you got to read this immediately.
I can't wait till we get our very own.
This would have made a good Doom game.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
It's almost Doom.
It definitely would have.
Sans demons, but
yeah. God. Oh, there's a lot of bureaucratic reptilian bullshit out there. I don't know. Parse it out however you need to.
That's the one thing I think is
wiki.
Is kind of valid, because the one thing that's always missing in some legends is how clean it is. Everything's nasty. Everything's a convoluted mess. Everything has bureaucracy involved, at least anything that has intelligence, anything like the human beings do, the human race does. So the more icky and stupid it gets, even though it's frustrating and weird, it almost lends validity to me. Not that I'm saying this makes this gospel, but it's like, I'd imagine it would really be this shitty in real life.
Yeah, and regardless, it's an entertaining tale. So I guess watch out be careful out there. I guess
Yeah,
stay
and
safe.
don't
Be
trust
careful.
traveling door to door organic hallway salesmen.
No,
Because they might go autonomous, and then you never know where you're going to fucking end up.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all. So there you have it. Thank you all so very much for joining us. The Cryptonaut Podcast. We're on the social medias out there, folks. The Instas and the Twitters and the Facebooks. Be sure to check us out there. We got the Facebook fan group over there. Thank you to everyone that's holding that down and with the mods and the admins doing it. It's dope. Be sure to check it out. We have hellerspace.com. You can get yourself some merchandise. Hit that up. The link will be in the description of this episode. You can just click on the description. Boom, hellerspace.com. You're there. You can get yourself some t-shirts for summer because summer's coming up. Oh, there you go. Even though we're currently looking at fake summer, sort of winter, not really a spring.
Like
We're in a fake
snowstorm,
spring
then a
for
warm
sure.
breeze.
It fucking sucks out
Yeah.
there. Yeah, it's awful. And of course our patreon.com/Cryptonaut podcast. $1 is the shout out. $5 is the shout out. And on the $1 tier, you get 1 bonus audio. On the $5 tier, you'll get no more than 4, sometimes 7 bonus audios, depending on what happens that month. And both of those tiers will get you access to the Discord. So be sure to check that out. And that is all tied to your tier. Before we get out of here, though, we want to give a very special shout out to a good buddy of ours, Mr. Todd Purse,
Fucking
artist
Yay.
extraordinaire.
Honest to Christ.
His work's great. He has done a couple designs for us for t-shirts. You can check those out at hellerspace.com. Todd's website is createmagicstudios.com, and we will have that on the description of this podcast. There'll be a link for Todd Purse. You can click there. You can check that out. He recently, and I'm actually going to bring it up here real quick, he put out a really cool comic book. And as I mentioned earlier, Todd does do some art, a bunch of art for us. He just does like daily inspirational stuff where he'll just like listen to an episode and like post it up, and it's the awesomest fucking art ever. So in his newest issue, it is a Personal Folklore issue 2. There is a little Cryptonaut comic book in there, which is super cool.
Yeah, it's the dopest.
It is called the Strange Comic. It's called the continuation of Strange Comics, collecting all of my art and inspiration from the Cryptonaut podcast. So be sure to check that out. It is super cool. Issue 1 and 2 are both up there on his website for sale, and again, that will be in the description of this podcast to check out. And Todd's such a great dude. He's got so much cool art. As you guys can see over here on my camera, you see all the wood cuts that I have from Todd on my back wall there. Yeah, I got a bunch of. I ordered a ton of wood cuts from him because they're just so dope. I love having them.
Fucking talented.
It's
like
awesome.
He's got this just this easy organic style that actually belies the complexity of what he's doing.
Totally.
His writing is heartfelt as fuck. Like he wrote this. We were talking about a little bit beforehand, and I'm kicking myself because I can't remember the title of this. Just this musing on the origin of paranormal phenomenon and UFOs and stuff. And to me, it was honestly like it was a piece of poetry. Like it's exactly what comic art is supposed to be, a merging of words and pictures into like this flawless expression of an idea. And I really, not a lot of people can do that, but his art obviously is incredible. His writing, it's easy to forget about it under the shadow of the greatness of the art, but you could do a lot worse than to pick up some of his stuff, because it really, it's a tribute to a great talent and a great love of the paranormal that we all share.
Totally. Also,
yeah,
too,
for sure.
If you are on the Patreon, there's actually me and Todd did an episode on there. Him and I just talking. He talks about his art, his inspiration, everything. So if you're on Patreon, be sure to check that out. Me and Todd sitting down talking. Todd totally carried that conversation because I was lost because I have never talked to anybody else but you guys, apparently.
Well, it's your first interview. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Right.
It's me
Talking to people.
Yeah, it's me going, Todd, I really like your art. And so
later, bye.
yeah, basically, yeah. Thank God Todd can, he's got a great story and he's got all kinds of dope shit. So be sure to check that out again. CreateMagicStudios.com. That'll be in the description of this podcast. There you are. Thank you all so very much. Get my radio voice on, and we're talking to you soon.
Goodbye.
And, yes. I am going to fucking just take more meds now and fucking
same
do
here.
whatever I got to do. Hopefully it'll be the nighttime meds that'll give me a proper delusion, and we'll see what universe I save. I'll get back to you guys tomorrow.
All right.
Let
us know how that hallway is, Bobby. Talking to you soon.
I can't wait to read it.
I hope it's not like in a Morris hallway. I don't want to write erotic hallway fiction tomorrow.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
Oh.
Patreon exclusive.
Yeah, there it is.